We moved up here by the military in 2001, and we asked a friend of ours for a recommendation for an agent, and he recommended Frank. And so we contacted Frank while we were still down at Fort Rucker, and he sent us some initial homes on the web. Then we narrowed it down to about 30 homes or so, and then Tina came up, and over a long weekend we worked with Frank and went through all those homes, and that afternoon we signed papers on the home that we bought. And there was a lot of competition at that time because that was one of those periods in the Washington, D.C. area where everybody was bidding on homes, and within 24 hours Frank had us locked in, which was great. But the home that we bought was a beautiful home, and we bought the house for about $127,000 less than the listed price for the home. And again, it took about 4.5 days from the time we came up till the time we picked the home and we signed the contract. And that's one of the most wonderful things about this whole thing. Frank listened to what we wanted in a home. So the homes we were shown were the ones that we felt like met our desires as individuals, but also he wove into that what he understood about the market here. Okay, so there was our desires tied to his expertise, and that was what was so great about this. Is we didn't waste a lot of time looking at homes we weren't interested in. And so whenever I retired, we asked Frank if he would sell our home for us, and that took about 2.5 days. Friday they listed it, and Monday we closed, and they put the sign out after we signed the contract. So the sign came out, put it up, and as soon as they put the sign up, they put underneath it, sold. And so it was a great process. And as a side note of that, the closing was very clean. I mean, normally sometimes you really fear your closings because they're hours and hours and hours. Ours was not. We walked in, and an hour and 15 minutes later we walked out. All the documents signed, no hitches, no complications. And so it was a very quick process when we bought, and an even quicker process when we sold. And he sold our home for about $56,000 above the appraised price. So it was a very professionally well executed sell.